in the heart of an ancient forest, in a den warm and deep, a new life was dreaming its very first dream. His name was Rusty, and he was about to wake up. For when magic comes calling, even the sleepiest little fox must answer. The world outside was bigger, brighter, and more wonderful than any dream. And so the adventure began. Every great adventurer needs a friend, and Rusty was about to find two, sharing every discovery and every challenge. Even a tiny stream can feel like a great ocean when you are very, very small. Together, they explored the wonders of the woods. For in a magical forest, a shared game is the beginning of a great friendship. But sometimes the brightest days can be followed by the darkest clouds. The forest, once so friendly, now seemed vast and unknown. Just when they felt most helpless, a kind voice called from above. For in a magical forest, help often comes from the wisest of friends. They were safe from the rain, but not from their fears. So he did the bravest thing a little fox can do. He called for help. And through the rain, and through the woods, that call was heard. For there is no sound in the world louder than the call of a lost child to its mother. There is no distance too great. There is no storm too strong. There is only love. Safe at last, the journey home felt different. The world was just as big, but no longer scary. And as he drifted off to sleep, Rusty the Fox knew that to be brave, you don't have to be big. You just have to know you are loved.
On a beach kissed by the morning sun lived a very important crab. His name was Mr. Pinchy, and this was his kingdom. One morning, the sea brought him a gift. A treasure more beautiful than anything he had ever seen. It was perfect, and it was his.
Almost there. Come on.
There was only one small problem: getting it home. He was so close, but he hadn't noticed he was not alone on the beach.
And sometimes one person's treasure is another person's discovery.
Mr. Pinchy was not one to give up easily. He would follow his treasure to the ends of the earth.
Or at least to the end of the giant sandcastle.
And there he saw it. His treasure hadn't been stolen. It had been given a place of honor. And so, on a beach kissed by the sun, a little crab learned that the greatest treasure isn't something you own, it's something you share.
Dad!
Lena!
Will he be okay?
I'm here now.
Dad.
Let's just let him go home.
Okay.
They say there was a valley the rains had forgotten, a place where the earth had grown thirsty, and hope was the last thing to grow. But hope lived on in a boy named Leo and in the last sunflower in all the valley. He gave his only friend the very last drop, but he knew it wouldn't be enough. And so he looked to the only place he could, to the sleeping giant at the top of the world, the one soul who could change everything. The journey seemed impossible, but for a friend, nothing is.
And so Leo began to walk across a land baked by a sun that never softened,
where every drop of water was a memory of what the world had lost.
He looked back, not to see how far he had come, but to remember why he had started.
For in his small bag, he carried the last bit of color in a world of brown and gray.
The mountain was a wall between despair and a dream, a challenge written in ancient stone.
But the resolve of a small heart can move even stone. He began to climb, pushing against the silent giant. With every handhold, he pulled himself closer to the sky, fueled by a promise made to a single thirsty flower. Step by step, hand over hand, he had made it. The world below grew small, but his hope grew larger. He tried everything: a shout, a push, a gentle touch. But the great spirit of the sky slept on. And then, when all his strength had left him, when the path seemed truly at its end, a single tear born of pure, selfless love fell upon the cold stone. And in that moment, magic stirred. And the great spirit of the sky was heard.
Seeing that the giant was awake, Leo showed him the reason for his journey, the cause of all his sorrow.
And the cloud understood. There was no time to waste. Together, they raced back home, no longer a lonely boy and a sleeping giant, but two friends on a single mission. He had to bring the life back to where it belonged. The cloud, seeing its new friends home, knew that saving one flower was not enough, and it called for help. And from all corners of the sky, they came. They say, from that day on, the valley never knew thirst again. Because now, it didn't just have a shepherd, it had a friend in the sky.
Every great journey begins with a single small act of hope. It was more than a drawing. It was a question sent out to the vast, silent sea. It wasn't just a picture of the sun. It was the memory of warmth, a feeling she wanted to send out into the world. What is that? It's a message for the sea? Let's do it. A tiny wish given not to a person, but to the currents of the world. Now her small hope had a ship ready for a voyage of unknown length to an unknown shore. A new star on the water's surface, guided only by the pull of the moon and the promise it held inside. Ancient souls who had seen 1,000 journeys just like this one watched the little traveler pass in silent understanding. For every fury on the surface, there is a quiet wonder waiting beneath. Playful spirits of the waves, nudging the lost hope back on its righteous course. A simple act of kindness from a stranger, a universal language understood even in the silent deep. A silent witness to the majesty of a world far, far from its home.
On a shore where endings meet beginnings, walked a man who had forgotten to look for messages.
Every journey has a destination, even one guided only by the tide.
It had traveled 1,000 miles, not by chance, but to find the one shore it was always meant for.
Two worlds a lifetime apart, finally meeting in a single silent moment.
And in his hands he held more than a drawing. He held the other end of a thread of hope.
That's it. Little bit of magic. Well now, look at you.